Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll start off in a child's pose position. Bring your big toes together, walk your hands out long in front of you. Bring your forehead towards the ground. Start to bring your focus and awareness to your breathing. In this session today, at the end, we'll be using a yoga block. If you don't have something like a yoga block, feel free to use a foam roller or even just a big fluffy pillow. In these first few moments, take this time to bring your awareness to your breath. Fill your space between your shoulder blades. We'll be doing a lot of chest openers today as well. So even though the chest is down to the mat, think of opening through your armpits and feeling this expansion through your sternum. Start to crawl your fingertips forward and lift your hips slightly up. This is called puppy dog pose and can feel a little bit awkward. You can have your forehead down to the ground, or you can tip your chin so you're looking straight forward. You decide what feels better for your neck. Ideally, we want to feel a nice opening into the armpits and then also hopefully into the chest. Really think of pulling your hips backwards as your fingertips stretch forward. And then bring your right hand right next to your shoulder and just barely roll yourself, kind of take a little twist over to the left side. So you're actively pushing into the right hand. You may feel a little something deeper into the left armpit. Just breathe into that space, keep stretching forward. And then swap sides, bend your left elbow, place your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Actively stretch the right fingertips forward and feel just a nice little roll up of your heart space to the ceiling. And take one more big breath here, just a very small twist in the upper torso. And then slowly release, slide your left hand back forward. Move yourself all the way down to your belly. We're gonna move into what's called the Sphinx pose. Bring your forearms so they're flat, your fingers spread wide. Pull your elbows back and lift your chest up. Push down into the tops of your feet and breathe here. So this is a pretty gentle back bend to start off with. You want to actively think that the elbows are pulling back, the chest is nice and open, and you have a good amount of space underneath your earlobes. Let's take a few more moments of breath here. You can move around through your head and your neck, and then slowly lower all the way down. Interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Bring your left thumb so it's on top, and punch your fist back towards your ankles and lift your heart and your chest open. So try to maintain that the tops of your feet are pushing down into the mat. That's almost the most difficult part of this posture, is that pressure of the feet into the ground. But really allow this to be an opening into the chest. Slowly lower yourself back down. Bring your hands so they come outside of your mat, tent up onto your fingertips. Push down into the pads of your fingers, lift your torso up. And now dip your right shoulder down to the ground. Move nice and slowly here. Bring yourself back up through center. Think of rippling through your spine. And then take this the opposite direction. Lower your left shoulder down. So again, we feel that nice opening into the front of your left shoulder. We're going to continue to swap, just moving from side to side. Take this as slowly or quickly as feels good in your body. But try to find this undulating sensation through the spine as well. So we're definitely getting nice and open into the shoulder and the chest, but also a little bit of movement, some nice range of motion happening in the spine as well. And take just a few more here. Allow this to be very slow and intentional movement if that's what your body's calling for. If you want to rest on one side and just allow that stretch on one side for a little bit longer, feel free to lean into that. And we'll take once more each side. Allow your breath to inform your movement as well, so make sure that you're breathing through this. And then press yourself all the way back up through center, and then release yourself all the way back down to the mat. Once again, open up through your hands, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. This time, bring your right thumb on top. Punch your fist back towards your ankles, lift your head and your chest. Keep the tops of your feet down and breathe into your heart space. Maybe this is feeling a bit more open than just a few moments ago when we came into it. Gotten a little more mobility, a little more openness into the chest. Slowly lower your body down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and push yourself up to tabletop position. Extend your right leg back long behind you. Rotate your left shin and bring yourself into a modified side plank. So your left arm's on the ground and your right arm will come up to the ceiling. Take a moment here, feeling open through the heart and the chest. Now reach your right arm over your right ear and start to take a big circle with your top right arm. If you'd like to, if it feels available to you, allow your left ear to drip down towards your left shoulder. And that might open up a little bit more on the right side of your neck. We'll take about 3 big circles in one direction, and then go ahead and move this in the opposite direction. Nice, big, juicy, open circles. Think of this expansion that you could find through the chest. Really allow yourself to lean back to the left. It may feel almost a little bit scary, but really think that you could open through the front of the hips and crack open through the front of the sternum. After your last circle, bring your right hand back down to the mat. Pull your right knee in, and we'll just swap this to the opposite side. Extend your left leg, rotate your right ankle, keep your right hand down, and stretch your left arm up. So you're really pushing down into your right hand, and then take your left arm over your left ear, and we'll take about 3 big circles here. Again, if it feels available to you, allow your right ear to fall down towards your right shoulder. Take about 3 big circles in one direction, and then go ahead and move this the opposite direction. Nice and open through the shoulders, nice and open through the chest. Push your hips forward. And then after your final one, bring your left hand back down to the mat, lower your knees, and then swing your legs around so you're coming to sit. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, bring your feet so they're flat, push your hips up for your reverse tabletop. Option to keep your head supported here. If you feel comfortable, you can allow your head to release. This will open through the front of your throat. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Feel this opening through the chest. I'm gonna stay here a bit longer than we usually might. If you need to come out of it, feel free, but maybe allow yourself to push back up into it to take a second set. We'll be here for a few more big breaths. Really push into the hands, push into the feet, find that skeletal support, and then gently lower your hips down to the mat with control. Move yourself around so you're lying on your belly. We're gonna take a nice big chest opener. Lying on your belly, extend your right arm out to the side, straight out, and bend your left elbow. Bend your left knee, and bring your left foot so it comes across the back of your body over to the right side. Now actively stretch through your right fingertips. You might want to kind of crawl them on the ground, try to get your right fingertips further away from your body, and actively push down into your left hand. And notice if you feel any different, if you want to move your right fingertips a little further up or a little further down. You may feel this opening a little bit differently. We're getting a nice opening into the chest and then also a nice twist. And we'll swap sides here. Bring your feet back, bend your right elbow, and then bend your right knee so your right foot comes behind you, a little bit of a cross body action. Try to crawl your left fingertips away from you so you're really getting nice and open into the chest. Apply some pressure into your right hand to facilitate a bigger twist in your upper torso. Take a few more big breaths here, just breathing into this opening. And then slowly start to roll out of your stretch. Bring yourself back to lie on your belly. Bend both of your knees and try to catch either your ankles or your feet. And then lift yourself up into your bow pose. So you're kicking your ankles into your hands. Lift through the heart and the chest. Think that you could push down into your hip bones. Breathe into that space, the front of your heart. This is a lot for the chest and shoulders. If you need to come out of it, go ahead and come out of it. We'll be here for a few more big breaths. And then slowly, with control, lower yourself down to the ground. Bring your hands under your shoulders, release your legs, push yourself back to a child's pose position. Just a moment for a counter stretch for the spine there. Find length through the spine again. Feel your butt bones really heavy onto the mat. Feel your fingertips stretch long in front of you. And we're going to move into our final position that involves a yoga block, an optional yoga block. We're going to come to lie on your back. Grab a block. Again, this could be a foam roller or maybe just a really thick pillow. That object will come between your shoulder blades. So right between the space in your shoulder blades, lie your body back. It takes a little bit of trial and error to find that sweet spot, but once you've found it, allow your arms to open. If you want to find a little bit of extra support for your head, that could be a second block or that could be a second pillow. And we're going to end here today. Really allowing that heart space to open up. That object is actively forcing that heart space to open. So it's so easy to get super contracted all day long, especially if we're sitting down a lot or over a computer. This allows the shoulders to melt away from each other and allows the heart space to open. So think of filling that space with breath, with energy. And take these final few moments just to bring focus, awareness to your breath, to your body. Thank you for joining us today. And that's your flow.